Hi, my name is Sarah Coutant, and I'm a local musician and artist from Rochester, and this is Moody Monday. So, in thinking about heartbreak, I didn't want to just talk about a love story or a boy who broke my heart. And so, as I thought about it, this is what came to mind. Growing up, my mom had a really close friend, and she was like an aunt to me. And we'd spend a lot of time at her house while my mom was visiting with her, or we'd spend the night with her and her husband as my parents were off doing something. And we got really close to her. She, even to this day, has the most contagious smile that I've ever seen. And she was just so full of joy and full of life. And when I was really young, like 8 or 9 probably, she got diagnosed with a really rare disease. I don't know what it's called. It was really rare. There's a very low percentage of people in the country who have it. But it started with pain in her feet and it spread to the rest of her body. And she was so active, she was so full of life, and it eventually just kept her confined to her couch. The only place she could go was to the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru, the bank drive-thru in her car. And through that whole time, I watched as she just stayed so joyful and so positive, and she was just still so full of life, and she never got bitter towards anybody, and she was just always so thankful for her life. And I remember when she passed away, I was 16, and she was in hospice for a while. We knew it was coming. And I remember I'd fallen asleep at a friend's house, and I woke up to my sister telling me that she was gone. And I was kind of just in a daze. It didn't really hit me. And I remember I got emotional at her funeral, but then kind of just went about my life, and it didn't really hit me until a few years later. I was 19, and I was sitting on my college campus, and I was working on an assignment where I had to draw a map of my childhood and write about things that meant a lot to me growing up. And I remember as I wrote about going to her house and her in my life, I got really emotional, and I started to actually process the hurt and the ache of not having her. And I realized I'd grown into this person that she was never gonna know, and I just wanted to see her. I wanted to see her smile. I wanted to tell her who I was and who I'd become. And I realized she was never gonna meet my future husband or my future kids. And I just realized how much I just wanted to see her right then and there. And a friend came, and he could tell I was emotional, and he just hugged me, and I cried, and it all hit me, the reality of the fact that she was gone, and I couldn't see her. And it just felt like an aching I hadn't experienced before. And the way I overcame that as I thought about it was just realizing that I can honor her life by just trying to be like her, by being inspired by her and aspiring to be as encouraging and loving and kind and uplifting as she was, and believing that maybe someday I get to see her again. And so the song I'm going to cover is called I Lost a Friend by Finneas. It's not about the exact same thing, but it is about losing someone. So enjoy. I lost a friend, like keys in the sofa, like a wallet in the backseat, like ice in the summer heat. I lost a friend, like sleep on a red eye, like money on a bad bed, like time worrying about every bad thing that hasn't happened yet. I know I'll be alright, but I'm not tonight. I'll be lying awake, counting all the mistakes I've made, replaying fights. I know I'll be alright, but I'm not tonight. I lost a friend, I lost a friend, I lost my mind. And nobody believes me, saying no, that he don't need me. Cause he made a little too much money to be 20 inside. And I'll be fine without him, but all I do is write about him. How the hell did I lose a friend I never had? Never hide. I'm on the mend, like I'm wearing a neck brace, like I'm sleeping in my own place, like I'm pulling all the stitches out of my own face. I'm on the mend, like I'm ice in a new spring, like I'm walking with a new kid, like it's been a couple days since I slipped and said something sort of like your name. I know I'll be alright, but I'm not tonight. I'll be lying awake, counting all the mistakes I've made, replaying fights. I know I'll be alright, but I'm not tonight. I'm on the mend, I lost a friend, I lost my mind, and nobody believes me, saying no, that he don't need me, 'cause he made a little too much money to be 20 inside. And I'll be fine without him, but all I do is write about him. How the hell did I lose a friend I never had? And I'd apologize if I thought he might make a difference, make you listen. And I'd apologize if it was black and white, but life is different. Just try to listen to me now. I know I'll be alright, but I'm not tonight. I lost a friend, I lost a friend, I lost my mind, and nobody believes me, saying no, that he don't need me, because he made a little too much money to be 20 inside. And I'll be fine without him, but all I do is write about him. How the hell did I lose a friend I never had? I never had.